would like to tell you about how it really, how just all around the world. I'm right back. Had to take a break out of that book. Oh my God, I want to destroy the Aztecs. They're nothing but, and the gatekeepers were saying how they were proud and wonderful and glorious people. They were murdering bastards. They want people alive just to kill them. And then make them suffer. Okay, forget. We're talking about the Mormons. This restoring the church. This is what got this all started. When I found out they were worshiping the Egyptians. But it gets worse. I mean, okay. England was selling immigrants. Remember how our country was supposed to be built on immigrants? England wanted to get rid of them. They said, oh, give us... That is not how it went at all. And the Mormons had a lot to do with flesh. Those people had no idea where America was. You know how we're worried about how we get rounded up and just put on a boat and don't know where the hell we're going? And it's basically how it went. And they were sold by the Queen to the Mormon Church. The Mormon Church paid for them. And here's what he had to say. Let all who could precede a loaf of bread and one garment on their back, and assured there is water, plenty and pure, by the way, and doubt no longer, but come next year to the place of gathering, even in the flocks, as doves fly to their windows before the storm. The hell is that? This guy is completely loony. Brigham Young is completely loony. And here's what they had to do. Let me see here. Okay, he's buying stuff to move all these immigrants across the country. Would you want to walk clear across the country? And after he bought the oxens and the yokes and everything else, a couple of times like that, he found, well, fuck this out. And then they couldn't even ride on the carts. People had to walk. Imagine getting torn from your home. You're already broke and poor and probably not well fed anyway. You get here to the United States and this asshole starts calling himself a saint, and you're coming with him and he's going to make you a better life. But he forgot to tell you got to walk 2,000 miles, pushing a cart and all his shit. All the while, when in the nighttime you probably got to listen to his bullshit. By the time you get over here, most of them died. Most of these immigrants died. They didn't make it. I couldn't imagine getting off a boat when you've never even been on. Can you see where I'm going with this? This is truly, the black people want to complain about how black they are. They got off a boat and had to walk 1,500 miles. You just got off a boat and started picking cotton or whatever they did. And I'm not making fun of the situation. I know it's not funny. Okay? But my God, it's insane. Okay, you got off a boat from England, and how long did that take? I don't know. And you're probably seasick, and you're not feeling good, and you probably weren't well fed, and there's no water. And now this asshole comes along, owns your ass basically, and tells you, first he's Choice Wagon. See, he started out with Choice. He went style across the fucking, he went low ride across, I didn't see him doing any walking. As you remember, I was going to be the leader of the world. I would never made you guys do this. I will walk. I'll walk off the horse. I mean, he acts like these animals are ready to walk clear across the United States. Give me a couple oxen, a box of nails. Okay. I'm sorry. This is good. Here's what they can take. He's got all this stuff. The wagon, 2 oxen, 2 cows will be sufficient, because he's making all the rules, if that is the extent of their means, for a family of 8 or 10 persons, with the addition of a tent for every 2 or 3 families. Of course, because they're all fucking each other at night, so would it matter? Of course, with that amount of teams, only necessary baggage and provisions and utensils can be taken. Then the persons ride but little. It means you're walking away. Okay, so he figured out he's spending way too much money. Okay, here, the period from 1852 to 1855 forms the first period of the European immigration slavery under the Perpetual Immigration Fund. Slavery. He was buying them. The people didn't get money. No, he was buying them. In those years, over 125,000 pounds, that's $650,000 in our money, was expended by the company in immigrant poor converts. Why don't you just give the money to the converts and let them decide what they want to do instead of dragging their ass? See, they got here. See, didn't you see? Promise them water and everything else. They had one garment on their back. What? Can you imagine? Just think about this. How our whole country, this Mormon dude, and the government was going along with it because they wanted all these guys out here. They were just pushing these people out here. They had no idea what they were going. I truly believe probably 75%, because I'm in that percentage, didn't want to come. But they didn't really have no option. I mean, my God. And just burying them along the way. And so these people were talking about, you know, and keeping track of their names and everything. It's probably all the Mormons did, because they are really, oh God, it's killing me. When I went to Utah, at Cove Fort, where 75 and 15 meet, Cove Fort's there. We pull in there, and there was an invasion of crickets, locusts. They had an invasion. And this is why the seagull is Utah's state bird, because they were losing their crops. Actually, they're talking about conquering. They scooted all the Indians out and then bragged how they're struggling to make it, and they're going to conquer the desert, the saints. They keep calling themselves saints. And I notice he keeps bragging about himself. And then he throws Jesus Christ in, and then he brings up a God of some sort, but he never really says what God. This is totally, and there was another, I mean, oh, and then they kept bragging on how they were struggling, and all the captains and stuff, man, they got to ride in cool things, and they ride ahead and give the good news that the saints are coming, half dead. Then when they got here, they had to start making a place to live. Worn out, tired, don't even know where the hell you were, watching all your friends probably get scalped and killed and die. You're so tired, and all you've been doing is digging graves and pushing a hand cart, because he's gonna build his thing in the desert. He's got his goddamn dick out his fucking head. Oh, they just pat themselves on the back, left and right. They're the saints. You just can't get enough of this saint word in here. I think we have very little saints. Just because you tack that Mormon name on you, that Mason Mormon name on you, don't make you a saint. Oh, see, they're always starving. A public meeting was called and expressed the spirit of brotherly love and cooperation, by which the people became unconquerable. You know, he'd come in there and give his pep little speech, and then get in his little wagon and go eat really well. And then tell these people, man, you're building we're saints, we're gonna build this. Oh, I'm telling you, this is sickening. When I get to the part where in their bylaws for their family living or something, they want peace and calm. See, this is why he couldn't decipher he had so much turmoil in life, he couldn't decipher the angel stuff, and it just went on for years and years until he got it figured out. It's just insanity. And he has to have calmness. So the reason why they gotta have calmness in the household, they don't want no upsetting, but peaceful living and everything else. That way, so the little girls and shit can't bitch because they're being raped every night. Don't cry. We have to have peace and calm in the house. I know about your second room upstairs, Mormons. Dirty, filthy people. And you women standing behind them. Oh my God, man. It is sickening. The more I'm reading about this stuff, God, people, I am so sorry. I know there's good people out there. My God. When I hear that 60 song, I'm not thinking I'm going to be 60 this year in that song. I'm thinking about all the people in the nursing homes and things. And this is just plain slavery, black people. I know. I'm so sorry about all this, man. I mean, this country put itself up on a pedestal. God. Bought people from England. And then we're bragging how no wonder they moved that ISIS out there. Now do you understand? That was a torture girl. She was smiling and she's coming in there and she said, you're going to be dead anyway. Yeah, you made it this far? Well, you got to make it farther. I couldn't imagine. Driving across this country in about 4 days kicks my butt. I couldn't. Pushing carts. Women, children, and they're usually right over the Rockies. The last part was a bitch. Already weak, and now you're running out of, most of the time running out of food. Most of the time, half of the camps died. And they spent all their time digging graves, probably for their children. Not sufficient clothes, not sufficient food. The man was poor planning. You know what he's doing, the numbers game on him. The more the merrier. That's because, you know, only a few's going to make it. Called himself a saint. My God. Sorry. I mean, I had no idea. I'm tired of the half-truths. I lived in Utah. Sickening. This is sickening. I know I'm repeating myself. It was long. Oh, God. What are we going to do about this? What, God? Well, the Aztecs, the Mormons, who else? Catholics are gone. These guys are gone. People were on their own. I'm never going to be. The experts can burn in hell as far as I'm concerned. They've had their chance. It's up to us now.